Alabama's coach, the great Nick Saban, who I believe is the greatest college football coach in college football champion in history. 6 national championships, 9 SEC championships in 17 seasons, a 206-29 record. Let me repeat that again, ladies and gentlemen. In 17 seasons, this man lost 29 games. Since Nick Saban arrived at Alabama, the enrollment has increased. It went from 25,000 to 40,000. That's a 60% jump compared to the 10% national average. This is what Coach Prime said. Wow, college football just lost the GOAT to retirement. Wow, I knew it would happen one day, but not this soon. This game has changed so much that it chased the GOAT away. College football, let's hold up our mirrors and say honestly what you see.
Come on, Coach Prime. I don't know if I can really agree with this because listen, the NIL definitely changed the landscape of college football and sports, period. But it had to happen. For too long, college sports have been, the players have been used as the slaves while everybody around them is making money. All the corporate executives, all the colleges, all these TV deals and everything, everybody's making all the money. And then a player, spends his whole college career, blows his knee out and can't go get no money professionally or isn't that good to go get money professionally. So he's just broke. It's not fair, man. And I don't think it's fair to say that it's college football's fault for pushing Nick Saban out. Nick Saban doesn't like this. And as much as we love Nick Saban and as monstrous of a program that he built at Alabama, he kind of comes off like a spoiled brat to me because it's like we saw how he reacted when Travis Hunter flipped and went to Jackson State. He was not happy about it. He was not happy about how the NIL deal was changing the landscape of college football and college sports as a whole. It's a lot of coaches who don't like it, but too bad. Players got to get some money. And Travis didn't even go to Jackson State because of the money. He went because of Coach Prime. Everybody else making the money. It's no reason why these players, who is the heart and soul of these sports, should not be getting paid. The coach is getting paid. Nick Saban's getting paid $11.5 million a year. So why can't the players be able to get paid? And it's going to help to change the landscape of college football. It's the reason why we can see a Michael Penix Jr. who went to a couple of different schools and ended up in a national championship playing Michigan at Washington because of NIL deals. Now, is it going to take some getting used to? Yes. But I think Nick Saban kind of felt sour about this, how the landscape of college football was going. And he just was like, well, I don't like it, so I'm gone. But he reaped the benefits of this for so many years because every player wanted to go to Alabama throughout the years. Now, that was due to his hard work, but now let's not act like Alabama didn't have boosters passing out money too. All these colleges did. So you're just mad that now the rest of the colleges can be on the level to compete and snatch players. And I hate to say, I really hate to see Nick Saban go because who's going to fill his shoes, man? Like he's that iconic of a coach, and he's that good, man. And I just can't imagine who else can really take over that role at Alabama and do it like he did. Earlier this year, they were considering it to be Coach Prime when they was winning, but the timing of all this throws that off because it's his first year at Colorado, and the losing streak didn't help none of that neither. But, Colorado going to bounce back too. But it's just hard to imagine who can actually fill Nick Saban's shoes. But I will say I'm not mad that Michigan was the one that knocked their socks off to send him home. Let me quit laughing because I know Michigan going to lose some players to the NIL deal. I'm going to be mad too. Coach Prime going to lose some players to the NIL deal. We're going to be mad. But that's how this has to go. It's evening out the playing field. And I think it's better for players as we go forth. And just to give you some more context to saying that Nick Saban should be happy for the NIL deal, let's hear some words that he had to say to Yahoo Sports about his quotes of leaving Alabama. So in a quote from Yahoo Sports, he said, "The University of Alabama has always been a special place to Terry and me," Saban said in the Alabama statement. "We have enjoyed every minute of our 17 years as head coach of Alabama, as well as becoming part of the Tuscaloosa community." For y'all don't know, Terry is his wife. But I'm just saying, what's all this we stuff? She was not coaching with you, girl. Why you keep throwing your wife in there like she was on the sideline with a headset on? Anyway, let's get back to this, man. It's not about how many games we won and lost, but about the legacy and how we went about it. We always tried to do it the right way. The goal was always to help players create more value for their future, be the best player they could be, and more successful in life because they were part of this program. Hopefully, we have done that, and we will always consider Alabama our home. So he says he wants players to create more value for themselves, be the best player that they can be, and be more successful in life. Now, it's something to the argument that jumping from school to school would lessen your chances of working up the depth chart and getting to know your coaches and getting to know the program and working hard to become that starter at the end and getting the full experience out of everything and become the great starter that you're supposed to be. But then when you look at somebody like Michael Penix Jr., he was at a few colleges. He didn't find the right fit until he got to Washington. So it's an argument there that every program, you may have not made the right choice as far as thinking you were supposed to go here or thinking you were supposed to go there. And if you stick it out, did it really do you well to stay there? We saw Jalen Hurts change his trajectory and it helped his career. So, that's to be argued, and it's like you can go to Nick Saban, who was considered to be one of the greatest coaches who is the greatest coach in college football history. But it's a whole program that makes that come together. Running backs coach, DB coach, quarterbacks coach, defensive coach, offensive coordinator. It's a whole lot that makes that what it is. And every other program across the United States has that as well. It's just different, fits for people. People may go to Coach Prime program and feel like I fit here better. But as far as wanting the players to be more successful, I can't see why getting the NIL deal would be bad for that. As far as wanting players to succeed more. Because what else, is it better to send players off into the job market? Because everybody's not going to the NFL. So is it better to send players off into the job market with, 500,000 or $1 million in their bank account, or send them out being, 100,000 in debt? Because we all know the college is a business. And while it is a business, it's not meant to be in favor of the students. You understand what I'm saying? Students are the customers of that college, which is the business. And a lot of people are suckered into going to college for degrees that they don't need, because the majority of those people, outside of the people that go to be doctors and lawyers and, things like that, where you have to put in college time for, majority of those people just go home and end up working at a plant anyway, with a lot of college debt. So I would say if you are able to get NIL deals going into college, and you're able to accumulate a good amount of wealth that you have never got at any job you're going to, then do that. Take full advantage of that. Spend the 4 or 5 years that you need to spend in college playing ball, because you may not make it to the NFL, and get everything that you can get out of that experience. And then now you can go out into the world with a step ahead. You got money to which you can start a business, to which you're not going into the world backwards with a bunch of debt hanging over your head. And to me, that puts you in a better position to be more successful. And I think Nick Saban should be able to see that. I think he should be able to see that. But I think he's a little jaded by the way that it's altered his program. Because yes, it's changed things. As players is able to be like, hey, why would I come to Alabama? Or they came to Alabama and they see they're going to be 3rd, 4th on the depth chart. And they're like, well, why would I stay here and grind it out for 4 years? Yeah, I'll be a star on the 4th year and everything will be all great. But, they feel like they're missing time, valuable time on the field. And not only that, valuable money that they could be earning. So it's different fits for everybody. And I think some players will see that the NIL and hopping around so much may not be as good for them. And it's going to level out. It's going to figure itself out. But I'm sad to see that Coach Saban is so disappointed in how the NIL system is going that it made him leave the game. Or at least that's what Coach Prime said. But looking at his reaction to how when Travis Hunter went with Coach Prime, I think I can say that that's part of his reasoning for leaving. Other part is, hey, he had a 17-year career. What else can you do? You know, he won 6 titles. I think his record, like Shannon Sharpe said earlier, was 200 and something to 29 losses. 29 losses in 17 years. That's phenomenal, man. So maybe that's just the other side of it. Maybe he's just like, hey, I've done all I can do, and I'm ready to hang it up, kick it with my family. If that's the choice, then hey, man. Either way, we appreciate Coach Saban for the time he put in, and wish he wasn't retiring, you know. But we get it, we get it. But with all that said, just want to say, Coach Saban, we appreciate you, man. You done Bama a great service, man. Held it down for years. And this your boy Pete Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.